Who doesn't want more listings? The real question is, are you equipped to get them signed? Who doesn't want more listings? I have not talked to many agents, really I can't think of one, that said, you know what, I don't want any listings. I don't want to work listings. I just want to work with buyers all the time. And this is the hardest skill in the business to learn. And it's also the one where people don't want to put in the practice. This is the one where it takes repetition and it takes crafting your method so that you can go to these appointments after you get the appointment set, which is a skill in itself. But assuming you're setting the appointment, going into the appointment, and getting them signed at a high rate. So here's what I know, that your presentation has got to be bulletproof. It's got to be scripted, it's got to be practiced, it has to be rehearsed, and it has to be memorized in a lot of cases. And a lot of you may say, you know what, Tom, I don't need to do that. And my question is going to be for you, what rate are you getting listings signed and how many appointments are you going on? Because if you're getting them signed at a high rate, you're probably not hitting enough appointments, or your sign rates or listings taken rate is too low. So knowing that's the case, and there's a lot of practice and repetition that goes into this, there's really going to be a 3-point presentation plan that you're going to want to bring to your presentation every time. And this is where you got to craft it yourself, talk about your points of difference. There's going to be 3 points. And basically, they're the 3 reasons why a home sells. And this is what you want to tell every consumer that's out there, everyone you meet with. So the first is that buyers need to have the right emotional reaction when they walk through the home. So that's point number 1. Then what are your talking points below that? Think like an outline. That's what this is. And then you've got to memorize the script, be able to commit it, give it on demand, know it cold. So the first bullet point is the right emotional reaction. And what are your ways you're going to help your client get there? Do you have a stager in-house? Do you have any sort of home prep that you do? Those are the questions they're going to want answered. So that's number 1. The second bullet point, and this is the one that agents never talk about and then get questioned about later when the home's not selling, is having the right exposure online and offline. And then again, that's the major header there. And the sub bullet points are all the things that you're doing as an agent to get your client the right exposure. Are you doing professional photography? Are you doing video? What kind of ad campaign do you have? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Are you partnering with any portal sites? All these different things. Are you doing open houses, right? Explain your marketing plan. Tell them what works, and then your follow-up plan once the inbound comes in, and also how you market to other agents, because most people, they have what I call a 3-point plan where they put a sign up, they put it on the internet, and they just wait for somebody to show up, and that's not good enough in today's market to get listings signed. So have a clear marketing value proposition to deliver the right exposure online and offline. And then the third component here is going to be positioning the home properly to sell. And that's where the market analysis comes in. How are you coming up with the market analysis? What's your method? Are you showing them relevant data that's going to get the home sold, and show them what the market's saying right now? My view is you want to show them the active listings, especially the stuff that's not selling, the pending sales so you know where the market's going, and then what's actually closed so that they can have an idea what's happening in the market and some real concrete numbers. If you explain those 3 things very clearly, very concisely, and they're scripted, and you know when to raise the tone of your voice, when to lean in, all the body language techniques, and then you practice this over and over and over again, that's how you're going to take listings at a high level. So once you take those 3 points, get your presentation, know what your talking points are, record yourself saying it so you can understand what you sound like when you're delivering the presentation, and then come up with some deliverables when you're done. A sort of brag sheet, a listing presentation, a folder with different visual aids. That stuff helps. You may even want to do an iPad and have a PowerPoint slide deck. That's not me. Doesn't mean it's not going to work for you. The point is you have to know how to structure the presentation, then practice it, commit it to memory, get great at delivering it, and have some visual aids. You follow that sort of formula, you're going to sign listings, and you're going to get more of them, and you're going to be more prepared when you walk into these appointments than anybody else. You need anything, you have questions, you know where to reach me. Take that strategy, implement it now. Catch you next week.